He is not only the foundation of the church, He is the founder of the church. He is the CEO, the head of the church. He is the final authority in the church. And when we understand His rightful place in the church, everything else should line up. Now here's the problem. If we don't get that right, it's kind of like my button-up shirt. You know, if you get that first button wrong and you begin to button everything up, everything gets misaligned. And so when we don't understand Jesus' rightful place in His church, everything else is unaligned or misaligned. So, we've been talking about the formation of the church. Jesus is the head of the church. We see that God has given to the church two distinct offices. One is the office of the pastor or bishop or overseer. Those three words are interchangeable. And the role of the pastor is to shepherd the flock of God. They are to serve as under-shepherds because we know that Jesus is the great shepherd. He is the good shepherd. And as a pastor, we are to serve under the headship of Jesus. We are under-shepherds and we are to take care of the flock of God. And that means to feed and to guide and to guard and to lead and to provide and all that a shepherd does for the sheep. And then last Sunday we talked about the deacon. The servant of the church. And we have the beautiful opportunity and the honor to ordain two godly men into the deacon ministry. And so we're excited about what God is going to do through our deacons in laying a firm foundation that we can build upon. And we can add more deacons to this foundation, to this ministry that is very much needed in our church. And so we're beginning to look at the formation of the church. And briefly we talked about the role of the saint. The role of the member of the church is really to do the ministry of the church. It is the saint's responsibility to carry out the task or the workings of the church. And we're going to talk more about that in the weeks to come. But I kind of want to set the stage. We talked about the formation of the church. Now I want to shift gears and talk about the function of the church. Because quite honestly, what are we doing here? I mean, what's the purpose of us taking time out of our busy schedule to be here this morning on a beautiful day like today? I mean, what is the purpose? Why are we here? That's what I want us to really zone in on this morning and really grab it and get a clear understanding of the purpose of the church. Why are we here? You see, if you looked at the first church in Acts, you would see that they worshiped together in the temple daily. They met at homes for the Lord's Supper and they shared their meals with great joy and generosity, all while praising God and enjoying the goodwill of all the people. And each day the Lord added to their fellowship those who were being saved. And so we see the purpose, the functioning of the church was to gather to worship God. And here's what I believe. If we were to start to look at us as a church, here's what I would say. This is very broad and very general in its terminology, but I think we can use this kind of as a base, and then we can extract from this and get more specific. But if you were to ask me, what is the main purpose of the church? What should we be focused on? Let me show you. Joe, go back to the first slide. Here we go. Barwick Road Church is a church that has a great commitment to the Great Commandment and the Great Commission. That's why we exist. We exist to have a great commitment to the Great Commandment. We're going to talk about that this morning. And out of that, we should be committed to the Great Commission. That's why we are here.